I live in the most incredible place, so deeply submersed in the natural world that I can never take its presence for granted. It's a gift. In this ocean of emerald green rainforest, surrounded by the turquoise hues of the Caribbean Sea, the incredible routinely graces the most normal of days, often leaving me to wonder just how many stories there are. They say that between me and the Talamanca Mountains over there, host around 5% of all life on Earth. Well, I can tell you, it's sure been a lot of fun trying to find it all. And sometimes, when you're well prepared and your gear's ready, there comes an opportunity to capture the moment. And that's exactly what happened with this double-toothed kite. No, he doesn't have teeth, but he does have these two specially adapted serrations in his upper mandible, which he uses to dismember insects and reptiles. Because the double tooth is rarely seen in the field, the gray hood and white throat with a single black stripe are definitive and the most visible field marks. I can't help but notice the scars on his beak as I wonder whose bones he crushed to get them. It had been raining all night, and the sun had been up just long enough for this guy to dry up a little bit. He seized the opportunity to enjoy the warm sun and get in a little preening. It was so serene how everything was just gently flowing with the breeze. It looked so beautiful that I thought I might give it the slow motion treatment. So I did. The footage is a little grainy due to the low light, and I gotta tell you, it's no easy task pushing that button 960 times a second. But the results are so cool. It's a little tricky getting slow motion timing just right, but this shot was a little better. Just look at how those feather barbs bend and flow with the motion. It reminds me of the sea anemone's vibrant tentacles I sometimes see while snorkeling from the dock. As he scratched, it was so amazing the way his head plumage fluffed up and slowly shrank back down. So I pushed that button and tried again. I missed most of the scratch, but I did capture his nictitating membranes in action. Holy mackerel! Bird goggles? So much cooler than those flip-down things my dad has. Nictitating is just fancy for blinker, that protective third eyelid that birds have. It closes from front to back to make sure they don't fly open in a dive. The details of specialized adaptation are fascinating. Well, looks like you never did get that feather tucked back in. Notice at the end of those bright yellow legs how the talons are so strongly curved and extremely sharp. And what a great look at the heavy rufous on white barring on the breast. Can you see how the rufous color is slightly more concentrated toward the underwing? What a gorgeous bird. Take a look at that nice long accipiter tail and those puffy white undertail coverts, both of which can be helpful for in-flight identification. I apologize, but when I saw the sun's rays beaming through that heavily barred tail, well, this is the last slow-mo, I promise. My finger was getting pretty tired anyways. After spending quite some time with this more than cooperative subject, on my last shot, I watched in disbelief as he danced both the tango and the cha-cha-cha. In the moment, I found it difficult to restrain my own urge to dance. His design is so efficient that I'm sure the effort it took me to contain my excitement and keep from blowing the shot was more energy than he's gonna expend all day. With this scope, I'm absolutely drawn to the details of those deep orange-red eyes and how they contrast with that beautiful greenish yellow of the cere and lures. As the sun began to rise in the sky, he took advantage of the heat to load his wings. Lightening them with warm air allows him to soar more efficiently above the canopy in search of that elusive barrel of monkeys. Double-toothed kites hunt mostly in the forest, between the strata of the canopy and the forest floor. They often follow monkey troops from behind, spotting prey as they're flushed by the troops' movements. They feed mainly on invertebrates such as cicadas, grasshoppers, and katydids, but also reptiles such as lizards or small snakes. They've even been known to take small bats on occasion. In the end, this little neo-tropical raptor had shown me every feather, all his teeth, scars, and even his dance moves. And I was grateful to have had the opportunity to study him with such great detail. When I look at birds in my scope, I find it so easy to get sucked into that black hole of infinite detail, to lose myself. I shared this with you because I thought you might want to get lost in nature too. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, leave a comment below, which just might help me with my next video. All right, time to get back to work. Now, what was I doing up here? I came out to... Oh, my sourdough!